body just said, hi, I want to be outside. Let's go outside. And there's this nice, beautiful fur here that I can sit on. So welcome to the Monday morning inspiration for the joy of creation and the magic of art, creativity, and play and nature.
And there's nothing green here yet.
Yeah, so here the green is the magic in Berlin is that in Berlin there are a lot of how conifers, or how do you say, like needle trees? We say
yes,
right? And so this
yes.
this is the beautiful thing then during the winter, because it's never really totally bare. There's always green, and so it's so amazing. So welcome everybody to the Monday morning inspiration. So today our theme is, and I'm so grateful for you to be here. This is really amazing. So we are going to talk about what walls can you go around. So, and this is a city where we had a physical wall. Like currently walls are again very popular. There are some people who want to build walls, where here we have taken them down. And what are walls, and what are people trying to create with that? Like, you know, all the separation thinking. So let's start. I would love to just throw out some questions like, have you made walls real? What walls do you have in your life that keep out whatever you could actually receive? And can you go around them? Like, you know, the two of you, Joa and Renee, you know the turkeys, right?
Yes.
When they walk back and forth in front of a fence, and how often do we stand there and look at them, and they could just go a little bit further and go around the fence, right? But they don't. They insist upon the fence is real, so I must walk back and forth in front of the fence. Like, and how often do we choose that, where we make the fences and the walls and the barriers real? And can we go around them? And wow, are there in nature, does nature create any walls? Does the earth create walls? No, the earth does not, right? There's like, the walls were created by humans. And what is all of that? So everywhere you have made walls real and solid, and you fought against them, which also makes them real. Huh. Are you willing to let all of this go?
Yes.
Thank you. Wow, cool. The sun is going down here now. So as you know, it's 7:05 p.m. here now, and the sun is going down. We just had the daylight saving time, summertime. They call it summertime here. Summertime. Changed yesterday. And so this is all fresh here now. And yeah, it's really pretty. The colors are so beautiful. So what contribution can I be to you all today? What joy can we bring into creation? What joy can we bring into our lives that would allow us to be as free as birds? Right? The birds don't know walls. Right? The birds actually only go into something that is confined, sort of, for building a nest and having babies. And they use the human bird houses because they take advantage of everything, right? Yet they wouldn't require them. They have their little nests that they would build, except for the orioles that build intricate round structures where they can be inside a confined space. Other than that, they don't need walls. So, what question do you have about all of that?
Well, I was thinking this morning how I have created a fortress like Rapunzel, where you know, when Rapunzel, you know, in the childhood story, the fairy tale, they put her in this tall tower to keep her from the world. But I have, you know, created a fortress to keep the world from coming to me.
Right.
Yeah, and I actually braided my hair today thinking, I've got to get out of this fortress and create this braid, you know, because that's how she got out. I mean, that's how she, you know, created this braid for her prince to come and help her get out. But so I braided my hair today, hoping that will inspire me to get out of this fortress.
Which prince can save me now?
Yeah, but it's not going to be a prince. It's going to, you know, the symbolic prince.
Right.
But yeah, I just don't know how to just get out of this fortress that of protection, because I feel so vulnerable, and when I go out into the world, I pick up everybody's energy. That when I do go to like a family event, I'm like traumatized for it for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So I feel like a fortress is necessary, but it's actually hurting me.
Yes. Cool. That's really great. And we were talking about this here today in class, what this is all creating. And so, like, the whole protection idea, would an infinite being require protection?
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, like, do the birds require protection? Do the, you know, all the animals require protection? Do the trees require protection? Or what else can we choose? What if the most amazing and creative thing we could choose is our awareness instead of protection? Like, what if we were so aware? Like, you know, when we create barriers and walls, we are actually cutting off our awareness, because we will never be aware of anything that does not match the walls. We literally cut off our awareness. It's like, I need to protect me, I have these walls around me, and will you then be aware of something coming at you that does not match the walls, that does not match this need to protect? So what if instead, and we can just play with this right now, what if instead we lower all the walls, we literally lower them and totally allow us to be vulnerable, which is, it might be a space that we need to practice, because we are not used to it, right? But when we let things come to us, we will also receive all the gifts that the universe has for us. We will receive all the information that is available for us all the time, rather than protecting and keeping all of it out of our reality. Like, have you ever, for instance, just as an example, have you ever like chosen different, like when you go to work a specific way every day, have you had the impulse one day to turn off left or to go right, and to change, to choose something different? And has this created something different? Or have you then ever heard that there was an accident on the road? Or like, who knows, sometimes we find out what could have occurred, and at times we don't. Yet, do you know any of that? Have you ever had anything like that?
Yes, I can't think of specifically, but yes, definitely.
Yeah. And so functioning from awareness can actually be an amazing space of magic, where, let's say, we turn off and we change the way we go about our day. We are sort of like spontaneous. Have you seen Harry Potter, the movies?
Yes, some of them, yes.
Like, do you know, have you seen the one where he drinks this magic potion with the name Felix Felicis? The lucky potion?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, you know, he drinks this potion and he has the task to get to somebody and ask this person questions, and this person is always refusing and rejecting him. And now he has this potion, the luck potion, and drinks it. Now what occurs in the movie, and it could actually be really fun for you to watch it, I think it's the Deathly Hollows, that one. So
Okay.
he drinks that potion and he becomes really joyful, like, oh well, now I just have a sensation. I want to go out of the school here, out of the building, and see my friend Hagrid, which is like down the hill. And it's like his friends say, well, you cannot go out there now. It's so late and it's going to be dark. And you have to find and work on a plan with us to get to this other professor to ask him a question. And he says, well, no, you know, I just have this sensation that I want to go see Hagrid. This really feels joyful. So he walks out of the school building. On his way, meets the other professor who is trying to snip off like secretly some parts of some magic plants. Anyway, the professor says, well, Harry, you cannot go out now. It's too late. I cannot let you go out now. And Harry says, well, you know what? I'm just going to go down now. Don't worry about me. And the professor says, well, I'm going to go with you. Now that is the professor that he has the task to interview. And they go together. And then the professor starts drinking with Hagrid. And so what happens magically is like totally from irrational choices, from things that don't make sense, that are not logical, he actually in the end receives the information he requires. But it's like not linear. It wouldn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But that is where like, imagine you always had the sensation of joy and as if you were the lucky ones. Like, what if you are the lucky ones? Like the space of that, wow, I'm the lucky one. What if I'm the lucky one? What if I can receive magic everywhere? And with that space, without drinking potions, you go you go about your day, follow the energy of the lightness of something, and you meet people, you go to places, you find like maybe you will find money in the street, or you run into somebody who you have been thinking about for a long time, or maybe they were thinking about you and it's like, oh my God, I so wanted to connect with you, and now there you are. Things like that, where you open up to the magic that is totally irrational. Magic is irrational. What if this entire universe is so irrational, but we make it rational with walls? Like, I need to protect me. And what magic and what joy with creation is possible when we don't have this need to protect.
So I'm okay with all that, but if we use the metaphor of the birds, what do we do? Like, say, when a snake is coming and wants to raid our nest, do we, use the walls to protect us? And is that okay, or do we be vulnerable to snakes and things like that?
Yeah, if you look into this, that's a really great question. Like, being vulnerable to snakes. What if you can be so aware, and what if you are actually, and also your body can be so aware of a snake being around? Like, for instance, in Costa Rica, do you remember when all of a sudden I started thinking of snakes? It was like 2 years ago or something. I just started thinking of snakes when I went running. And it's like, wow, what is this? Like, wow, why am I thinking of snakes? And then I was asking, what am I aware of? so are here snakes? And I was getting, yeah, for sure, Costa Rica has snakes. What I did then is, I started talking with people and asking questions like, what snakes are here? What do they look like? I looked on the internet, like, what are the snakes? What are the venomous ones? What do they look like? And then the next thing I did is I started talking with the snakes. I said, hey guys, okay, I'm not here to hurt you. I know I am in your territory when I'm out and about. And please let me know when I'm coming too close and I will back off. And like when we start that communication with nature, what information can we receive? Now, had I went into fear and protection, I might have chosen to not go out and run. Yet, is this really what I desire? What if I can be so aware? And then another thing could be like with like building a house in Costa Rica that would be totally open, like no screens, no nothing, where anything can come in and have nests and build and whatever. Like, would this be a choice that I would make, or how could I create this so not any creature will invade my home and make it theirs, right? So and if a snake comes into my home, and like if a snake would try to attack me, well, I might kill it, right? I might do whatever. So funny, the guy, do you remember, Joelle, the guy, just when we were there now, how he told us how to kill a snake, that you don't just cut off the head, but you hit it in the neck, in the back, so that it will actually be dead. So like, wow, why are people giving me this information? It's really funny how the universe works. And it's like, guys, snakes, snakes, if you attack me, I'm willing to kill you. So you get out of my way, I stay out of your way. And making that demand, I might also not go and look underneath all the wood piles, like turn them around without protection, or go into areas where, wood piles or where stones are, whatever, and shutting my awareness down. I might ask, well, what am I aware here now? Or what are your awareness signs that your body is trying to give you? What is it for you and your body? What is your body's way of showing you that there is something that might be an attacker or something, like a snake? For me, it's I'm getting goosebumps, or like as if my hair is standing up in the neck. But then what is it for you? How aware can we all be that we will know? Like, how did Native Americans live outside, or indigenous people? How are they in the jungle? How aware are they? Are they protecting themselves, or are they aware where snake is, where cougar is, where like, And that is the whole space of communion with everything, where we are also in communion with us and with our bodies and with everything, receiving information.
Well, that's a really good answer.
Yes.
And I just see a Joelle or Renee, how do you call it when birds come back, when they make these beautiful formations like a triangle? How do you call it?
Migration.
Yeah, a swarm. We don't say swarm, right? For birds, we say what?
Flock.
A flock.
Yeah.
As we are talking here, two big flocks of birds, two large triangles. We're just flying east. How beautiful. Wow. Yeah.
You can ask them if they'll give you a ride and you can come home.
Yes. Wouldn't that be fun if we could, I always love these images, how like fairies are riding on birds and they hold on to the feathery necks and all that. I love this so much. You should see the doves that we have here, like the doves that have a ring around the neck. Here in Berlin, I thought actually at first sight, I thought it was a a blue jay or something, but they are even bigger. They are really, it's a different kind than the city pigeons that we see here in Paris and in Rome. And I never saw those in Berlin, but they are big and fat. It's like, wow, that is a dove.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I can ride on that one. Fly on that one. But do you see how all this separation, these separation movements that we currently see everywhere in the United States, like also in Europe, you know, where they talk about building walls and fences, and what is this creating, you know? And do we really require this? Mm. So basically, it is all about receiving. We keep out receiving. You know, we might keep harmful things out, but we also keep everything out that the universe would love to give to us, such as information, such as possibilities, such as, you know, great projects for creation. Or, you know, the crow says, yes, yes, keep going, right? What can we create from the space of total vulnerability? And Joelle, I know that you work a lot with this energy of vulnerability. You work with people with that. You work with men, right? To get to this place of total vulnerability. It's like, you know, when we let down of the pretense, we let go of the mask, we let go of the costumes we wear. We are really willing to be so vulnerable that we are like the open wound, and our eyes have stars in our eyes, right? The space of that where the walls melt, right? What is possible from this space? What if we never gave that up for anybody? Not even for us.
Can I just have one request? Can we build a wall around the White House though? And one that doesn't let out either.
Yeah, like yeah, truly, I know what else is possible there. What if, yeah, I know, like build an even bigger wall, right? But they will try to come out because, you know how that goes. Walls create more walls, right?
There's snakes. There's snakes and they'll get out anyway. Waste of time.
Yeah, what if instead we ask questions such as, wow, what can we create? What do you know is possible? Really, what do you know? What if you know what you came here to create? What is it? What can we create? And also, is actually, if somebody is, okay, have you ever seen somebody or been with somebody who was totally vulnerable, where their defenses were gone, where they were just there like, wow, that? And what invitation is that? What, isn't that somehow even attractive? When somebody can just be present with you and just be with you, and they are just so right there with you that you can be who you are. And could that create a different world?
I love how these children, the teens, are, you know, with the march that they just had this weekend. Did you know about that, Bettina?
I heard about it. Yes, I got bits and pieces here. Yeah.
But how they're so open to a different possibility, and they're creating that for themselves. It's just so inspirational.
Yes, and are they really fighting?
I don't know. I think they're working on creating. Maybe they are fighting, but
are they fighting against, or are they saying, no more.
Right. They're saying no more.
That space, right, where they are not taking, they don't have walls up where they say, oh, I fight you and I attack you and I shoot you and
right.
we have to run against you, we have to start a war. But look at how potent it is what they are creating. They say, this is changing. We are creating a different reality here. No more of that. No more. No more. And do you get the difference of the space that is? Do you get that the invitation that is, where it's like, is there a solidity? Is there a or is there more, maybe even more space? We are changing this, and maybe we don't know what we are going to create. We have no idea about the how this is going to be, yet we say no more to this. And what can we create together?
Yes.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. There's that difference of space.
Yeah, fighting always creates fight. When we do confrontation, are we really changing something, or do we cement things into what they currently are and no one can change? Like if I make you wrong and I attack you, what do you have to choose? Do you have to put your walls up and attack back to protect?
That's sometimes my reaction, but no, I don't need to do that.
Yeah, but if I attack you, if I make you wrong, it's all this, you know, in families, you were talking about family. In families, we have that a lot, arguments, right? Everybody insists upon their point of view. Everybody wants to be right. And then it's like, in my family, I see this too. They argue about politics and how this is wrong and this is right. And they all have like opinions about it. And does this actually create, or does it cement things into being as they are? Right? Like, what question can we actually ask that could change that dynamic of debates and discussing things? The kids in the US are not discussing. Do you notice? They are not talking about it, but they are they are taking action.
Yes. Right. They're not volleying back and forth. They aren't engaging in that. They're moving forward. They're, like you said, taking action.
Yeah, they are a different energy, right? And what can this inspire for all of us? Where it's like, what if nothing is right or wrong? What if no one is right or wrong? What if you are not right, you are not wrong, but you are strong? What if we all are actually strong? And how strong is it to be willing to be vulnerable? The allowance. I had moments here where I really used that a lot here. This walls down and receive somebody's projection and expectation. Just receive it. It doesn't mean anything. It has nothing to do with me. They project. People always, these projections and expectations are, it's everywhere. People expect, or they project, and they judge themselves, and then they attack. And so when we lower the barriers and we receive this from, wow, this is really interesting, and just be vulnerable with it. No need for defense. Oh, I hear what you say. Wow, yeah, you are right. And then thinking like, what question can I ask here, or what energy can I be that would change this? But attacking, what would counterattack create? Like, attack creates more attack. Confrontation creates more of that and more of that. And we had this for thousands of years here on the earth, which brought us where we are right now, with all the stuff that is going on with the environment and politics. But when you really look right now, things are changing. Lies are popping up where politicians have been lying, have been corrupt, right? It's showing up. And what else can come to the light so that we all can create what we came here to create. Things have changed, don't you notice? Joel? he nods his head and he has a big smile. Yes. I take the crow train tonight and I fly to the US, okay? And then for the last class day tomorrow, I might be hummingbirds, they are not in service yet. I might maybe take a dove back here because I have to facilitate another day of class tomorrow. Yeah. And then
well, I know what.
yes.
Oh, go ahead.
No, say, I just wanted to say, and Easter is coming up here, and the Easter eggs will be hidden behind trees and in mosses. And what gifts are hidden for all of you that you can get to if you are willing to let go of your walls.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh. But I was thinking about, you were talking about, not fighting, and that's just not naturally in me. So I, when something is going on, like somebody throws something at me or whatever, in an insult, like hurled an insult towards me, or something like that, I don't have the fight in me. So, I don't engage in that part. It doesn't solidify, but I haven't, like you have said to, well, it has nothing to do with you, to let that roll off of you. So I've got to really work on that.
Yeah, and when they throw things at you, when they throw judgments at you, maybe what could help you is people will always tell you and accuse you of what they are doing.
Oh, wow.
Does that help?
Yes.
When they say to you, oh, you always try to control me, or you always blah, 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 you are so blah, blah, blah. Listen up, because people give you information about what they are actually choosing. This is what they do. It has nothing to do with you. They project it at you to have control over you, to get you to reaction. So they control you.
Yeah, so it's revealing. That's interesting.
What if you can look at it that way?
Yeah, yes, definitely.
It's as if they are all letting down their pants in front of you. And show you who they really are. And how much fun can you have with this? Like all of a sudden, all the conversations become really revelatory for you, and you can just sit there and watch it like a really fun movie. Right?
Oh my goodness, yes.
And how much more amusing will this be? Because it's really true. If you notice, like when people accuse you, it is exactly what they are doing.
Yeah, I'd never thought of it that way.
Yeah.
I was just
so you can just say, oh, thank you. And then inside of you, you can think, wow, now I know what they have been doing here all along. Thank you for that information.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, the second wife of my dad, she said to me the other day, Bettina, you are so mean. You are so mean. And it's like, wow, thank you. Right?
I've noticed that about you. You're quite mean.
I know, so vicious, like really. Wow.
Your gnarly teeth.
Yeah, right. Oh, everything is gnarly about me.
That's why I like you so much. You're the meanest person I know.
Oh, I know. Oh, you lucky one that I'm not around you right now. You have a vacation of meanness. Vacation from my meanness and viciousness. Yeah, so why don't you take this whole reality as a real good comedy, and you all laugh about it, and you lower your barriers and defenses? Because what if all that stuff, all the projections are not real? What if it's just all the lies that everybody has been perpetrating, and you just start laughing, you don't take anything personal, and you receive it, and you have fun with it, and you keep creating. Don't give up, never give up, never quit. Create and choose what works for you. And if there are really weird people, I wonder what you can say to them so that you have to never see them again.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, when we don't buy into people's judgment and we keep laughing, they will actually walk away. That woman that I was talking about, she is now staying in her room. As soon as I enter the apartment, her door closes from inside her room and I don't even see her. It's like people who are vicious and mean, they cannot stand joy and happiness. It's actually a really good energy to choose to be in the world. And you know, when you are joyful and happy, the birds will actually sing with you. Do you have any other questions? Because I have to soon wrap this up here.
Nope.
Cool. You can dissolve all the walls and barriers with your smile and your laughter. Smile, like, you know, there is a German word that where people say a smile will dissolve arms. What if you never give up the joy you truly be, and you choose the happiness that is actually you? And what if that can melt walls that others have up? What is this? There's a chat. Oh, I got the color right. Now I see you again. I see what? I got the color right again. See our shirts. What do you mean? Oh, now I see. I had the images so small. Okay. Wow, we are both in burgundy red. You should see this. We did not talk about this before, Renee. Oh, this is so cool.
Oh.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, this is beautiful. I love it. So thank you so much for joining. And next Monday is Easter Monday. So I'm so curious to see what surprises and gifts you can receive from the Easter Bunny. Hidden in mosses and under snowbells and crocuses and the first lily heads that are starting to come up. Wow, what can you all receive from the earth and from nature and from everything, also from people? Wow, what can you receive? What can we receive when we don't have walls up? I have a quick little last story for you. Yesterday, I went to a supermarket and I just bought like a bottle of water and cheese or whatever. And anyway, the girl there at the cashier, she was so sweet. Oh, and I bought a little tube of liquid soap because I had to wash some things. So she asked me, oh, are you going to travel? Because it is a brand liquid soap that we in Germany, we buy that when we go on vacation so that we can wash our little tiny somethings, you know? And she said, oh, are you going to go on a vacation? I said, well, actually, I am here on a vacation. I'm not living here. I'm in the US. And she said to me, oh, did you bring me a gift from the US? Look at this. Like, did she have walls up? No, she asked for a gift. Did you bring me a gift? And I was like, huh. I didn't say no. And I was like going into question, like, I wonder what would be a contribution to her. So I took my other wallet out that still that has the US dollar notes and bills and money, because I keep it separate from the euros so that I don't mix up all this, the quarters and all that stuff. So I opened my wallet, and the first thing that jumped at me was a $5 bill. And I said, well, you know what? Actually, I brought you a gift. I had this here. And I gave her the $5 bill. You should have seen the girl. She was like, oh! She took the bill to her mouth and she kissed it. The cashier, the girl, like, what was she, 18 or something? She kissed the $5 bill. And I said to her, well, when you come to the US for the first time, she hasn't been there yet. When you come to the US, you will have the money for a coffee now. And she said, really? This is for me? This is for me? I said, yes. And keep asking questions. Keep asking for gifts. And see these people, these young kids, what they are choosing. Now, well, I had my bottles of water and it was a little bit too heavy. I thought, well, I shouldn't have bought that much water. And I walked back home to my room. Well, there was this Indian man. It was dark and I walked the street. This young Indian man from India, he walked towards me. He said, can I help you carry this? And I'm like, oh my God, wow. Now here's the gift again, right? And I'm like, you know, with walls down, what gifting is possible that is, and what receiving of gifting, and gifting the gifting that is the receiving, that is the gifting that is the receiving, is possible when we don't have walls up. So with all of that, I let you go now. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining the Monday morning inspiration. That is not morning, but evening. But somewhere in the world, it is morning. maybe in Hawaii. And thank you so much for being here. And I adore you. And I'm so grateful. And I see you then on Easter Bunny Monday morning.
Thanks for sharing your story. That was beautiful.
Yeah, thank you for being here, and you are so welcome. And it's getting dark here now. So beautiful. Wow.
Have a nice evening.
Thank you. You too. Bye.
Bye.